The Fall Classic starts tomorrow on a Friday. Perfect night to do that. 8 p.m. Wonder why they didn't put this game at 11 o'clock. I thought that time slot would be perfect so nobody could watch that game. I can't wait. And you know why? Sometimes you look at the bracket as you see it here. You know, your favorite team probably got knocked out at some point along the way, unless you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan and, of course, a Los Angeles Dodgers fan. For the casual baseball fan, sometimes you will drop out like, my team's not in it. It's no big deal. Me being a Phillies fan, I see the Dodgers. I want to root against them. Not necessarily the case because we are handicappers. There's just some different ways to evaluate these games, cheer on as a fan, or bet to try to win some money. But I want to start here first, Joe. I actually like this matchup in the World Series. Yes, the Dodgers are going to be a heavy favorite, but Toronto is a fun team to watch, and no way, shape, or form should you count them out. And even me, I do think the Dodgers win the World Series, but it's not a saying like, why watch it? It's going to be over in 4 or 5 games, which it might be. I like the matchup. I'm intrigued by tomorrow night's game, Joe.
Well, I'm with you, Donnie, because I was convinced I think the Blue Jays are the team that is best equipped out of the American League to actually go toe-to-toe with the Dodgers. Now, whether they'll do it or not is a completely different thing here. But all you could hope for, given the pitching, the payroll, and the superstars they have there, is that, you know, a team has a puncher's chance. I didn't think Seattle had a puncher's chance against them at all here. And I think Toronto, provided the matchups work out in their favor, I think they absolutely have a puncher's chance just by what we have seen and how these two teams are made up currently.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch it play out too, right? Like, let's just say the Dodgers didn't get the World Series and it was the Brewers. Major League Baseball would put on a happy face like, hey, it's the World Series they'll watch. No, you wanted the Dodgers there because it has the Cowboys effect. Dodger fans, which there's a lot of them there, they're going to cheer for the Dodgers. But if you're not a Dodgers fan, you automatically glom onto Toronto at that point, just trying to look down the big bad beast. I love the angles that they play up, but understand this too. As Joe talked about, this isn't a team entering into the World Series, the little engine that could Toronto on offense. Those guys can hit, and getting Bichette back for the World Series is absolutely massive to add another bat into that lineup that can do some damage. So if we focus, Joe, on game number 1, Blake Snell has been nothing short of everything the Dodgers had hoped he'd be and more once you got to playoff time. He's been dominant. Gausman's still a veteran pitcher and can throw that splitter at any time and frustrate batters, but you're looking at a heavy favorite for the Dodgers. They opened up around that minus 150 price. Now we're seeing it slightly higher at some places like FanDuel and DraftKings into the mid minus 150s here. You look at the total, Joe, listed at 7.5. Bullpen's rested, pitchers rested here, players are rested. How do we think this game plays out tomorrow, seeing it's about 24 hours away?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup, right? And I think we're going to learn quickly with the pitching aspect of it is that are the Blue Jays at home? Can they strike out less, right? Put more balls in play and give themselves an opportunity to maybe get to that bullpen, Donnie, which you and I have talked about all season long. That's the biggest weakness of this Dodger team, right? Now, they weren't exposed in the postseason, even though they played one more series than what the Toronto Blue Jays have. They're 9-1 in the postseason, Donnie. They're rested. They have everything set up the way they want it. But nobody else was able to get to the bullpen in the 4th inning or the 5th inning, right? They didn't, all their guys were going 7 innings. So, they didn't get exposed. I think that's what we need to see from Toronto in game 1. Can they do enough, work these starting pitchers enough, not strike out, and get to that bullpen by the 5th or 6th inning? If they can, Donnie, they got a real shot at winning a couple of these games.
Like, it sounds stupid to say, to be honest, because, Toronto has to win game number 1. Donnie, they lost game 1 and 2 in their own building and still won the series. I get it, and Seattle's a good baseball team. It's not the Dodgers. Like, it almost feels like, the neighborhood bully always picking on people, and until he gets absolutely rocked in the mouth with a solid left hook, it's like, oh, maybe you didn't knock him down, he's still going to beat you up. But you let him know that you're here right now. And it feels like that's what Toronto needs. Give me a 5-1 victory, game number 1 by the Toronto Blue Jays to tell them we ain't going anywhere. Matter of fact, we might sweep you, Los Angeles. I'm not saying they can do that, but it feels like game 1 is so important for the Toronto Blue Jays to sort of set the tone for that series. And we talk about those series prices, Joe. As we said, heavy favorite on the Dodgers. Minus 225 price, dog price on the Blue Jays, plus 188. It feels like to me, referendum on game number 1. Are you serious, Toronto, in winning this? Take care of your business in game number 1.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need. If they can set the tone, and again, both of these two teams phenomenal at home all year long, and two of the best hitting teams at home all year long. It's a 2-3-2 format, Donnie, which is interesting, right? Because if that holds true, this could be going to a game 6 back into Toronto. Somebody has got to win on the road in this series.